We don't do incomplete here. You know this already. You watched a few videos. You know that we don't do incomplete here. So we're not going to start now. When adversity came, I could have fell apart, but I chose instead to follow my heart. When adversity comes, I will never run. I will adjust, adapt, and overcome. Vision. Welcome everyone, come one, come all to your one-stop shop for everything mindset, fitness, health, authenticity. You just being you. I am Vision of Hope, but not only I am Vision of Hope, but we are Vision of Hope. Welcome back to the channel for everything empowerment. And you see the title, we're gonna get right into it. We are talking about priorities. How to create your priorities, once they're created, how to sort them. And we're gonna break this down into 3 different sections and we are gonna jump right into it. But when I think about the word priorities, I think about this scene in Harry Potter. And so if you like Harry Potter, all right, or if you even know who Harry Potter is, hit that like button. I'll wait. I'm a patient guy. All right, sounds good. So when I think about priorities, there's a moment in Harry Potter, might be Sorcerer's Stone or Chamber of Secrets. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong or right or which movie it is. So Hermione says something, and basically saying that we better get our act together because we will get killed, or even worse, expelled. And then Ron, as she walks away, goes, she really needs to sort out her priorities. And I would have to agree with Ron. But needless to say, Hermione, you can come watch this video as well. Because right now, we are going to talk about how to create and sort our priorities with 3 different sections. So, the first topic of this video that's going to assist us and empower us in terms of understanding how to create and sort out our priorities is as follows. Understanding and connecting with your values and your morals. Now, before I start getting into values and morals, I'm going to encourage you to pause this video, right? And go check out the Speak Your Vision podcast on authenticity. That's the last video. We're going to link it up here for you. We're going to make it real easy. Link it up here and go check that when we talk about our authenticity. Because our authenticity is what's going to be the foundation and help us create our morals and our values. Okay, great. Now you're back. I hope you guys enjoyed that listen. Now, getting to understanding values and morals. When we think about values, what are some of the qualities that you value when you're thinking about your priorities? Do you value humor? Do you value honesty? Do you value integrity? How do you value those different things on your daily life as well as in the grand scheme? Now think about your morals. Your morals, when I think about the word morals, I think about specifically what you stand for, right? To even break this down a little bit more, and so an example of this is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So for example, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. valued equality. He wanted all people to be equal, right? Morally, he stood for judging people not on the color of their skin, but the content of their character. That was his morals. That's what he stood for in terms of believing in his dream of the world. And so when we're trying to put this together for ourselves and uniquely, understanding that your values and your morals may be different than other people, right? We're all different. We're all unique individuals. We all have different similarities, but also connecting and understanding with the fact that they're going to be a little bit different from other people. We're all different. So embracing others' differences and thinking about those situations. However, this is going to bring us into number 2. Now, the second section here, we're going to talk about not only accepting you're different. We don't do incomplete here. You know this already. You watched a few videos. You know that we don't do incomplete here. So we're not going to start now. So, not only accepting you're different, but appreciating you're different. This is really important. And I talk about this in my video about authenticity, or in the podcast about authenticity, speaking on Am I Okay with Being Blind? And for a while I wasn't. And if you want to dive into that story, I'll link it again, but I don't have to link it again because I know that you paused earlier. But I'll link it again just to be sure. Check out that podcast, and I talk about my authenticity, if it's overrated or underrated, and then talking about Am I Okay with Being Blind? And so diving into that, in some cases, I know several other blind people, right? Now, but a lot of other people, being blind is a part of my different. And so working on accepting that and appreciating that along with my journey in my daily life. And so how that affects my values and morals, understanding that that's a part of me, of who I am as an individual, and understanding how that links up and helping me create and sort out my priorities. And understanding that mine are different than yours, so work on trying to create what this looks like in your mind. So far in this video, we haven't had any uncopyrighted YouTube music, and there probably won't be any in this video. But think about what that looks like for you and start to generate the thoughts and creating your priorities as we're going along this journey. The final section, chapter of what we're talking about here and how to create your priorities, it may seem obvious. It might be the first thing that you thought of when you saw this video, but we're going to dive into it last. The last chapter here is knowing your wants and needs. Now, this is clear when we start thinking about priorities, right? Understanding what your wants are and what your needs are. Now, when we think about our needs, we immediately think about things we feel like we need. I don't even know another way to define that, right? Needs, necessities, food, water, sleep, or what have you, right? Those things are essential to our daily life. If you're not sleeping, I hope you can start finding ways to sleep and finding ways to work through that, because it is a need. People need rest, right? But now I want to focus a little bit more on the want section. So often we think about our needs, and for sure we all have different needs, but we always try to think about our priorities in the comparison of your needs and your wants. But understand this, you are allowed to want things. You're allowed to want particular external things or what have you, or want different things for yourself. If you want to be an actor, well then maybe what are the things you need to think about and start doing in order to become that? You're allowed to want that. If you want that beautiful sports car or that beautiful house, you're allowed to want that. And it's gonna have to be on your priority list if you're gonna make it happen. If you want to start a podcast or a YouTube channel, well then there are things you're gonna need to do in order to make those wants happen, come to fruition, to help your dreams come true. In terms of growing and becoming better every day. So often when we think about wants and needs, we try to make it seem like, oh, well, if you don't need that, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter!
But that's not true. You are allowed to want things. You are uniquely you. And so your values and your morals connect with those things, right? Accepting you're different, but not only that, appreciating you're different and bringing those things together so that you can start to talk about, discuss the priorities and plans of your wants and your needs. You're allowed to want things, but understand that there are needs that need to be fulfilled, a part of your priority list. And then on top of that, connecting with your wants so you can continue to live the life that you want to live that makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Getting better every day, being happy, and enjoying your life. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and checking out the video. I hope that it was empowering for you today and just helping you think about what your priorities are, how to create them, but not only how to create them, but how to sort them for your own happiness. This has been great, and thank you so much for stopping in and checking out the channel for everything empowerment. Once again, I am your host, Vision of Hope, but not only I am Vision of Hope, but we are Vision of Hope. So like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, check out some more videos. Until next time, everybody, take care. When adversity came, I could have fell apart, but I chose instead to follow my heart. When adversity comes, I will never run. I will adjust, adapt, and overcome. Vision.